and each individual from us, if he can reflect about it, relate it to his life, how incredible lessons that we as community, when we come together and discuss it, will be, inshallah, presented. Inshallah, I will take an artistic break, and I'd like to call Brother Yasir Muladina to, inshallah, enchant us with poetry about this event and about the Ansar of Imam Hussein. So, inshallah, I'll invite him and join with Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد.
I begin in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So I have two poems that I prepared for you today, and I just wanted to thank all the organizers who invited me here today, as well as all of you for coming out. So inshallah, I'll begin. Success today is measured by what's... Sorry, let me start again. Sorry about that. Success today is measured in terms of wealth, power, and possession. A creeping disease infecting us all, society's inherent obsession. The greatest struggle is defined by what's apparent and seen. So it's about what you got and not what you mean. But a divine man once said, your greatest struggle is internal. An epic battle between forces angelic and infernal. The whispers of greed, jealousy, and lust, like a chemical reaction, combust, igniting the hearts of humanity, driving us to the brink of insanity. Just look around for the signs of the impending calamity. People today, enticed by the idea of instant gratification, pleasure by any means without explanation, take a toke of the smoke without hesitation. Animalistic desires contribute to our sisters' objectification. And without knowing it, we become slaves, locked up in cages. Would you believe me if I told you this has been happening for ages? Chained to our desires, so we forgot any form of prostration. And the whispering shaitans rejoice in celebration. Yet some of us cry out, realizing what we've become. Oh Allah, show me a servant who has won. Show me a warrior who had to fight his desire. Show me a believer who was saved from the fire. Helpless and desperate, he came to you in need. One who was sincere in repentance, both in word and in deed. The Almighty responds, how gracious to his slave. For in Karbala he shows us a battle fought without blade. There upon the sands, one man contemplates his fate, deciding whether wealth and rank will outweigh heaven's gate. Before him lies the choice, one similar to our own, pleasure by any means, or the chance to atone. Weeping and forlorn, he makes his way to the camps of Al-Hussein, begging forgiveness for all the pain, first to his Lord, then to the son of Fatima. This was the grand struggle endorsed by Rasulullah. Brothers and sisters, you know this struggle because we live it every day, everything we read, everything we eat, and everything we say. But I see hope for humanity and all upon this earth. Because of that man in Karbala, whose story still remains, the one who purified his heart, removing every stain until even his blood pledged loyalty to Hussein as it coursed through every vein. His story reminds us all that we can make this change. I don't know your sin, your mindset or mentality, but look to Karbala for absolute morality, an inspiration and source of salvation for the masses. So open up your Quran, seize the moment before time passes. And all praise is due to Allah for saving the legacy of this man. Because when desire would say you can't, Al-Hur would say you can. I stand on the rise, contemplating my demise as I hear children's cries, standing up against thousands of lies, my weapons at the ready, certainty and faith in the one, so I stand grim as I watch the rising sun. Hearing the call to prayers, knowing that this could be my last prostration, hands in the air, oh Allah, accept my sacrifice and my last supplication. I do this for you and you alone because of the path you've shown, letting me know that when I struggle, I could never be alone. You are my strength, right next to my life-giving vein, and for you, I do this again and again. Spilling my blood on the sands for your beloved Hussein, holding back tears, not at my pain, but at spilling my blood on the sand for your beloved Hussein, holding back tears, not at my loss, but at his back-breaking pain. Standing with the man, reforming his grandfather's nation, friends and family slain without consolation. And as the lights grew dim, he gave us all a choice. We cried out to Hussein, all in one voice, truth over falsehood, this is the legacy of your line. So when we struggle for justice, our faces will shine. I know there's no worldly gain, and some would see this as insane, but me, I see this as a spark that would ignite future flame. Because when I stood on the sands with my sword in my hand, I stood for justice and equality, my only demands were that persecution and abuse would not litter the land. I did it for Allah with a gesture so grand, to show the world its obligation. When oppression is seen, it's not an option, but a duty when the innocent scream. I am Hur and Muslim, John and Burair. I am Habib and Hani, Qais and Zuhair. I am the United Nations and Amnesty INT, all rolled into one. We were the army that died, but the movement had begun. So now millions gather and remember the sacrifice. But crying and remembering simply won't suffice. It's not enough to weep when poverty affects whole nations, children deprived of their rights, food and education. Palestine screams for Hussein as the bombs drop down. Imagine a mother's grief as her child's body is found. Child soldiers in Africa wielding AKs, and the politicians remark, oh, it's just one of those days. So today's oppression, it won't be televised on screens. We got our headphones in so we can't hear the screams. We had to fight for the truth. That's what Karbala means. It's reality in action, not just hopes and dreams. So with faith in my heart, I pray that we continue what was started, struggle till our last breath like the ones that departed, waving the flag of justice with contentment in our soul, knowing that the pleasure of Allah is our one solitary goal.
Ahsan, brother. Jazakallah khairan. And then one of the messages that I delivered here is to open our ears to hear the screaming around us today, yesterday, and tomorrow. And we won't announce what is it about or what it is. It's the responsibility of every individual here to open his eyes and ears and listen to the news and see which stands he should take to support those who are facing injustices all over the world, near to us and far from us. I would like to invite the next Ansar, Brother Ali Khajabi, and join inshallah wa salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
First of all, I'd like to send my deepest condolences to the mom of our time. And inshallah, Allah accepts all of your amal, all of your du'as in this sad time of Ashura. I was put here by force. I didn't want to come up. I I'd rather be there with you guys and learning and being ignorant and speaking of something that I really don't understand. And so as I tried to find an Ansar that I could speak about, I just couldn't connect. And I tried again and I couldn't connect. And then I thought I wouldn't be doing them justice because I wouldn't really know them like I really know a friend. So then I couldn't get out of the situation because, mashallah, the brothers and sisters affected my life. So I had to be up here, and I thought it was something interesting. It kind of woke me up. It was my personal experience, and I could try to link it back to Ansar's. I was in Toronto for a lecture about 2 years ago, and it was a Sheikh Shuman who was recently here. Some of you may know him. And he spoke about Ziyarat Ashura. And it's a very simple line. We all know it. It's Salmun liman salamakum wa harbun liman harabakum. So as many of you already know, it means Ya Abdullah, whoever is your friend is my friend, and whoever is your enemy is my enemy. And so, you know, it sounds easy, but it gets complex. See, what does a friend mean? It means someone that you got at the back, someone that you look out for, someone that you'll be there no matter what. But unfortunately, what I saw when I got back to my hometown, Montreal, is that there's many different centers. Now, I don't want to be a pessimist, I don't want to look at everything negatively, but what this does, it causes a disease, kind of like my tribe, my group, your group, I'm right, you're wrong. So when I try to think about it, like, this doesn't make sense. We're all saying the same dua, we're saying Salmun liman salamakum, harbun liman harabakum, but we're not really putting it into action. So I thought about the Ansars, and like, there were a different gender, you have a man and women that have to go to the battlefield to the Ansar, just being there itself was tough enough. And then you got youths, you got elders, you got different tribes, you got different beliefs. So us that we pick on other people's ishgalas, oh, this one prays funny, this one prays early, this one prays fast. But you have different beliefs that were there, you know, so it doesn't take much to be the friend of Abdullah. So me, I thought, we have to do whatever we can to put this into action, especially these nights that we recited. We can't be facing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and tell him something and it's a lie. We're making an allegiance, we're making a promise, so we have to have each other's back. And seeing this, mashallah, is great. Seeing different colors, different faces, different beliefs, different ages, makes here all for unity, it's amazing. And so this is really what I wanted to get out here and say, because I don't think I'll be doing justice to any of the Ansars if I spoke about them. And apart from that, just in these nights, please pray for the, the people that are getting oppressed, victims of oppression, Palestine lately. I just can't finish the list. It's such a long list. And inshallah, after this is done, please recite a Fatah for all the Ma'ameen, all the people that are no longer amongst us, and all the prophets, imams, and ashabs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salawat.